Hello everyone! Today we're diving into some legendary U-turns that even Google Maps couldn't predict in time. Just a heads up, this is for entertainment only. In real life, keep your hands steady on the wheel and your brain even steadier. Because trust me, going viral on a traffic cam is not the kind of fame you want. Gorkovskoye Road isn't just busy, it's primed to become a danger zone if speed control isn't tightened. A vacuum truck for waste, but after that crash, it vacuumed up a whole row of unlucky cars too. One second to save a dog's life, exchanged for injuries to a human. Sometimes there is no right or wrong. Only consequences. Once is an accident, twice is a warning. Authorities need to thoroughly inspect the traffic infrastructure around the school. Don't let tragedy become routine. That landing felt like CGI. All it missed was Hollywood music to be a full trailer.
Oh! Oh my God!
A gas station is never a place to relax your grip on the wheel. Just 1 second of loss of control can become a disaster. A reminder that pets have emotions too, and their reactions can be quite expensive. An epic combo. Fence hop, mid-air flip, freestyle swim. The turn looked as smooth as CGI. Just a shame it was the wrong leg. story of surviving thanks to the guardrail sounds like a novel, but it's real, and it's a wake-up call for every driver about distance, speed, and emergency handling. What do you think? Was it sheer luck or sharp reflexes from the cyclist? Luckily, no serious injuries, but this incident shows the need for closer medical checks on elderly drivers, or those with a medical history. Road rage at 100 mph isn't temper anymore, it's deadly behavior. Once is an accident, twice is a warning. Authorities need to thoroughly inspect the traffic infrastructure around the school. Don't let tragedy become routine. Handing a car to someone who can't control the pedal is like giving your heart to someone who hasn't moved on from their ex. Tesla doesn't just see the car in front, it senses threats farther ahead. Incredibly impressive.
Achter ons gebeurt. Eerst kijken wat er achter ons gebeurt.
This time, luck came from distance and reflexes. But in the long run, both pedestrians and drivers need to be more cautious.
Oh my god.
When the ground beneath is unstable, everything above is temporary. Heavy rain plus weak infrastructure equals hovering danger. Thankfully, no one was in the car when the ground collapsed. But clearly, high-risk zones need closer inspection. What do you think? Was it reckless merging on the left or speeding on the right? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This isn't a red light, green light game. This is real life, and cars don't respawn.
Хер. Ебать, блядь. Пиздец. Ёбаный рот, блядь. Охуеть, блядь.
When a sedan thinks it's a tank, and a truck proves physics has no emotions, if anyone's ever asked how fast is fate, it's the speed of the train in this video.
You alright, man? Yeah, that's like I started like laying on my horn and trying to get you to.
Owning a luxury car doesn't mean the city becomes your personal racetrack. No matter who you are, traffic laws and public safety must be respected.
La madre se está volviendo. Sí. Miguel, regresémonos, Miguel.
Impressive hacking skills, but that 12-year vacation ticket is even more impressive. Next time, hack a lottery ticket instead of cars, guys. Driving at 170 km/h in a tunnel is definitely not safe. This serves as an important reminder to obey speed limits and ensure everyone's safety. Fire truck just practicing for every scenario but flipping over? That might have been overkill. At least it wasn't during a real emergency. Driving aggressively and trying to overtake in a crowded area is like turning yourself into a rogue missile. Luckily, no one died, but just watching it is haunting. Santa Clarita's heat is no joke. The people may not be boiling, but the flying drinks sure are. When you buy a Mercedes but forget to buy situational awareness. Fast 11 just called. They're missing an Asian lead actor. This case needs serious attention. They should install more speed bumps, steep descent warning signs, or tire barriers. Not sure if that stretch is sloped, but driving a heavy truck without thoroughly checking the brakes is extremely dangerous.
Blocks the left lane on the ramp for exit 15E. A couple of problems on the
The truck toppled as if it wanted to play crush the competition. Thankfully, the vehicles behind managed to dodge the Grim Reaper. Guess you thought you were the Hulk, but the tanker made it clear not today. Might as well just stand back and save your energy. It's truly death meets death. Two massive trucks clashed, turning the highway into an intense action movie set.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The car was playing weaving tricks while the truck had to star in the role of Destin Flip, a collaboration no one ever wants to rewatch. On the morning of March 11th, 2024, authorities in Fayette County spotted a silver Honda Civic suspected of being involved in an earlier incident. After a brief chase, the vehicle collided with some obstacles before the driver abandoned it. Realizing he was surrounded, the individual surrendered. The case is under investigation, and the person involved will face appropriate legal consequences.
1050 at the end of the street. It's going through a yard, coming back out. 46, move out. $10.50.
Giselle is a small delivery truck, but using gas cylinders like that can be pretty risky. Hopefully there'll be stricter safety regulations next time.
Sắp đít là bị phạt. Ôi, xe máy kìa. Nào nhanh thật. Xem mình có sao không?
The manhole cover shot up like a missile. Imagine if a motorbike had been in front. The consequences would have been far worse. Hopefully these loose covers get fixed soon. Quick reflexes, for sure, but it's still best to steer clear of any potential disasters on the road. Is there something about license plates that smells good? Why are they so obsessed with it? Has anyone else experienced something like this? When all you wanted was a quick snack at McDonald's, but you got a flipped car special instead. Speed really isn't anyone's friend. When your tire decides to go on strike, and you unintentionally become a crash test driver. Good thing no one got hurt, but I bet everyone was frozen in shock. Bridge I'm 10, at truck I'm just a bit taller. It'll be fine, result the box ripped apart like a birthday present. Ultimate miscalculation. When the truck decided to perform a stunt, but the safety cable shouted, "Calm down, this isn't an action movie. This time, I've got you covered." The truck passed by like a tornado, sweeping everything away. The neighbors must be wondering, did our wall offend someone? High van pass, where even tires want to test the driver's nerves. A blowout on a treacherous curve, what a top-tier plot twist. The truck challenged fate, but the safety cable said, "Not today, Buddy Smalltech, big lifesaver indeed." The wife panics like it's an action movie, while the husband stays cool like James Bond. Calm down. I've got this, truly a power couple. Standing all the time got boring, so it tried lying down for a change. Who knew it'd become more famous than a Formula One car? The truck says, "I'm not stopping anymore. You better run at least 100 meters away." Do you know what caused the accident? Driver error, weather conditions, or traffic signal issues? The Mzezi Kunene road is quite steep. If a truck doesn't have appropriate load control, or the driver lacks proper downhill handling skills, it's very easy to slip like that. If there's an award for the latest U-turn of 2025, congratulations, you've won it! Not sure what brand that dashcam is, but the video quality is impressively clear. The situation itself was truly breath-stopping. Autonomous driving still requires human supervision, especially in high traffic areas or where signage is hard to detect. Not sure what upset her, but clearly the car wasn't at fault. The mood was. Does Pennsylvania have an early warning weather system for drivers? Many incidents like this could be avoided if alerts were timely and traffic was restricted accordingly.
Oh, God! Shit! I need to get all my shit out of our car, but it's too dangerous. And the shit's on fire.
Backing up without checking your surroundings? The result, a car loses face literally and figuratively.
Это что такое было?
On slippery roads, slow down and maintain a safe distance, drivers. One moment of carelessness, and the curve turns into an action movie set. This was truly a hot experience in every sense. Fortunately, you were safe and no serious consequences occurred. On May 24, 2023, Cobb County Police pursued a stolen pickup truck on I-75 SB linked to an armed robbery suspect. The dramatic chase ended when officers skillfully used their vehicles to block the suspect on an exit ramp. The situation escalated when the driver initially held a knife to his throat, but eventually surrendered peacefully after discarding the weapon. The suspect was safely arrested with no injuries reported. Watching the Kia lose control, I can't help but feel for the Yukon just minding its business and suddenly cast as the main character in a street drama. Truly a big trip needs big preparation moment. If this truck gets loaded up, there's a good chance no supermarket trips will be needed this month. The cow confidently performed a slow motion act in the middle of the road, while the tanker driver seized the chance to execute a stylish 180 deg drift. Always maintain control of the wheel, especially when driving trucks. A small mistake can lead to major consequences. Wow, this driver really knows how to play with people's hearts, but perhaps this was just a stroke of luck amidst the accident. It's truly fortunate that no one was seriously injured. This is a reminder that speed control must always be a top priority when participating in traffic. Speeding wrong lane, the perfect formula for an unavoidable disaster. What a bad luck day. From being a worker to suddenly becoming an unofficial delivery guy. Remember, speed is never the answer. Safety and adherence to traffic laws are the only ways to end a journey smoothly. This is a perfect example of the saying, too much burden and it will collapse. The moment you confuse reverse and drive and the car decides, let's make everything explode. electric bus probably wanted to grab attention by saying, "Not only am I eco-friendly, but I also know how to heat up the atmosphere." In this situation, who do you think should take responsibility? Audi was flying fast but couldn't outrun fake crash straight into a truck. Like the ultimate finishing move, speed truly meets its unpredictable end. On Christmas Eve 2023, a driver in a Dodge Charger attempted to flee from the Florida Highway Patrol FHP in Lee County. After a high-speed chase, officers executed a pit pursuit intervention technique, causing the vehicle to roll multiple times before coming to a stop on the roadside. When you just want to test if the car was good, but ended up testing the insurance capacity of the showroom. When Porsche decided that Smart should get familiar with swimming. A massive truck, a tunnel, and a slight spin, but enough to create a busy morning for the Minneapolis Fire Department. Driving in an impaired state is not only dangerous for yourself, but also poses risks to everyone on the road. Thankfully, this situation was handled promptly. When all else failed, they called. A trolleybus is a rescue vehicle. The result? A towing fail worthy of a spot in the textbook of mistakes. Instead of paying for parking, she pulled off a legendary parking move and ended up paying for car repairs instead.
Oh my goodness.
Parking on a whim and the result? Dragged across the whole street? Poor Domingos must be in shock. Break a second too late, and boom time for a new door. An extraordinary chase took place in Ham Lake as police pursued a suspect accused of stalking children in a mobile home park. After fleeing in a Saturn, the suspect crossed spike strips, endured multiple PIT maneuvers, and continued escaping over a median. The dramatic chase concluded when officers executed a final PIT maneuver, causing the vehicle to burst into flames and the suspect to be subdued. The driver's escape plan ran a police car for a strong impression. The result? Impressive indeed, but only in their criminal record. A truck caught fire and started driving itself through Independence in the worst possible way. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The car went wild like a runaway horse, causing chaos and then speeding off like it just won an Olympic gold medal. Crossing the street with nothing but faith and magic. Maybe it was a bit dark inside, so he needed some light to check if the tank was full. Unfortunately, that light came from the lighter in his hand. Never ignore warning signals. Safety must always come first, day or night. Thank you all for watching the video until the very end. If you found this content helpful, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to catch our latest videos as soon as they're released. We promise to bring you more high quality and captivating videos. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.